Okay, we're live. I'm just sharing these and then you can have your phone. You can take a mic.
Yeah.
Okay, can you mute that, please?
I want to sit with you and
We're live.
drink
Got my phone back yet.
I'm sharing it for everybody.
You're so controlling, Guapa. Don't be sweetie. Don't watch your phone.
Me and Isaac tried to go out possum hunting, and you call us back, text us.
Did you mute your mic?
No.
No, I was talking to Mom. Mom.
Okay.
Your dad, give me your phone.
No.
Okay, everybody, we are officially live now.
This is like our own podcast.
Yep.
Yeah.
Podcast sitting and watching a horse. So Jared's going to the comments.
And this afternoon, when I went out to get her, I went and got her today instead of Emery because it was threatening to start raining, and I was already outside. So I went and got her, and she had these really large wax crystals that had solidified off of both of her teats. And I put that on Patreon for those of you that are on the Patreon or on the Patreon. You've seen that, I'm sure. So then we've been outside ever since we brought her up, working in the barn and mess with animals, and we just got back inside. So now I'm expecting things to calm down and she can progress again. So me and Isaac were out with Chongus, and Emery called and said she's waxed up. So when I got back, I looked, and sure enough, there is a lot of sticky, gooey stuff coming out of her
Like
teats tonight.
clear.
But it is kind of forming those crystals. And there is a difference between those crystals and waxing up. Those crystals can form like a week ahead of time. Waxing, they say it can form 24 hours or 48 hours ahead of time. I've never seen it. It's always 6 hours to maybe 20 hours ahead of time, 24, that they wax up. And this looked a little bit more like crystals, but there was more of it than I've ever seen for the crystals that form before. But regardless, if it's crystals or true blue waxing up, that means that the hormones in her mammaries have switched. So you know how I've been saying her mammaries are engorged, but they're solid. Well, now they're producing something. They're changing over. The tissue in them is changing over, and they're secreting something pretty readily. So 50-50 on whether or not
Right.
tonight is the night.
And I've been in the house for like an hour now, not quite, without the boys, and I've been watching her. And she is doing some different stuff, just like she's walking around in circles more than she normally would. And she also, you can't see it, but she has on the left, I have hay all spread out just in case, and she keeps pooping over there. She's like changed sides. She has for the past weeks we've been bringing her up. She poops on the right side of the screen all the way over there, and for some reason tonight she's switched it up, and she's also in an hour like peed just a little bit, like a bunch, like 10 different times. But she's also and then her tailbone, like she keeps lifting her tail, and her tailbone, like she's more sunk in, and her tailbone's like lifting up.
Yeah, she's fidgety
So
tonight, huh?
she's her pattern that you have watched, where you know she
Well, look
eats.
at that stance.
Right, she's been doing this stance a lot. she lays down, she stands in her corner, she eats some more. She's not doing that tonight.
Oh, just realized I'll say, look at this stance, but we're watching faster than what they're seeing. They got a 10-second
Oh,
lag on what we're
well,
watching.
they'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Well, no, the audio ought to be 10-second lag too.
Yeah, the audio, probably everything should be. Why not?
Yeah.
And we have about a 1 second.
Oh, yeah, the audio will have the 10-second.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. The 10-second lag too.
But you're reading the comments, so it's confusing you.
Yeah. Well, I was watching two screens.
Mm-hmm.
The screen on my phone, she was behind.
Oh, yeah. But it may be tonight, may not. It's going to be a long night, though.
Yeah, I'll probably go back out at like 11 and check the teats again. They were starting to form crystals, and the crystals isn't same thing as waxing up. It's just there was a lot more of it than what normally happens.
One thing that makes, like, I could see, like, her waiting a little bit longer is, like, to me, she's not as loose around her tail and stuff as she could be. But each horse is different, so.
Yeah, and it ain't March 4th yet.
Right.
I want it to go exactly right
That's
so
4
I can
days
be
from
right.
now, though. I'm not sure that I can see her going that long. I guess she could.
It's the 28th. Mom.
It's real nice out too, the
March
weather.
4th.
Right.
It'll be the first here in
Tomorrow's the
3
first.
4 hours.
Oh, right, it's February.
Right. So technically, 3 full days. And this evening, it's the weather. So we have like rain coming in. It's really pretty out right now, though. It's super quiet. It's really pretty out.
I wish they could see those wax that we were talking about, or crystals, or whatever. I'm going to look up on Grok real quick what the composition difference is on the wax to the crystals.
This is the first time she's held still in a long time. Okay, while JR's doing that, just to make it very clear so everybody understands, we are live here on YouTube, but when she goes into full blown out labor, we we will turn this off. I don't know exactly when we go down there or whatever. We'll go ahead and turn this off though. But we will go live with the birth is our plan. All plans can change, but over on Patreon, just due to a lot of stuff on mostly monetization and stuff here on YouTube. So nobody get mad, and we will get videos of the foal out and everything, the birth, as soon as we can here on YouTube. She hasn't laid down this evening, because usually the past week she's laid down at least once by now.
Oh, okay. This explains what I was expecting about them. So maybe I should read all of this to everybody. I agree with it. The wax itself is primarily dried colostrum, composed of concentrated proteins, antibodies, immunoglobulins, fats, lactose, and electrolytes, with rising calcium and potassium levels near the foaling time. The waxing up can occur, 6 to 48 hours ahead of time. The crystals appear to be salt like crystals, likely sodium chloride or other electrolytes that form from the drying of mammary secretions or sweat on the near the ends of the teats. They are not the same as the colostrum based wax and may appear earlier, i.e., 1 week before foaling, or alongside it. They often disappear as the udder fills more and secretions change closer to birth.
Which is pretty much what you said. You always said.
Regarding the crystal composition or crystals, this is likely refers to separate but related phenomenon some mare owners observe in addition to or instead of classic waxing up at the teat tips. Certain mares may have developed tiny white salt-like crystals on the sides of the surface of the teats, described as looking like sprinkled or salt granules. So that's what she had this afternoon, but they were clear and sticky. And I've noticed the stickier it gets, the more colostrum based it is in my past. So tonight it was 50-50 between sticky and crystals. So I'm 50-50 on whether she could go tonight or keep going. But I'm hoping it's just the crystals so that I can be more right about the March 4th prediction.
Can a mare wax up though and go over 48 hours? I would think. Well, yeah, we know some, or like Bonita's horse did. Remember?
Well, it was probably the crystals.
Oh, yeah.
But, and they probably were milking it
One time though,
to look,
we
stripping.
we had it was Boots's mama, I think, Tootsie. I think that's who it was, because she was staying out like in the pony pasture before she foaled, and she she just had the crystals before, and then she went that night. She didn't.
Well, we had her in there.
Yeah, we brought her down, but she had been out in that dry lot
Yeah.
for the day. But she didn't get waxed. She just got the crystals. At least from what we saw.
Well,
You can always miss stuff.
It's been a year or two since I looked at any wax to remember exactly what it looks like. But
A year or two.
yeah, we didn't have any foals last year.
Yeah, we did. We had Birdie and Tippy.
Neither of them waxed up.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But well, I guess Tippy did because we caught that one. But what I'm saying is this mare, if it is crystals, it's more than I've ever seen. So it's almost like it is waxing up. I'm just a little unsure. What I am sure of is things have changed. Hormones have obviously changed, and we're getting imminent. Like, if it ain't tonight, it's going to be by my March 4th date, like I said.
She's so close to March 4th, I honestly kind of hope she waits. But even if she has it tonight, it's still close enough. It's still pretty cool. Being Oliver's anniversary week.
Okay, there's people that are saying I'm having problems signing up to the Patreon.
Huh.
Do you know anything about how to do that, Em?
Let me see. Let me see that. What's the problem?
Literally just says I'm having problems
problem?
signing up to the Patreon. Hello.
I'm from looking at it from the other side, so I'm not sure exactly. If you can let me know what your problem is, I could then maybe help you. I know you can get on Patreon. Like I just use our computer a lot to do stuff on Patreon. But there's also like if you have an iPhone, Patreon has an app. I know that.
Well, I know one thing that people might be doing wrong is we gave two different options for people to sign up for our Patreon, like the low and the high option. If you click the free option, we don't have that option.
Right. Okay. So
they could
on
be clicking
Patreon, so there's a way to you can join Patreon, and there's a free membership, but the free membership doesn't really show anything. So you would have to be our lowest tier is $5, and that's what you would have, or you can go higher, but you'd have to sign up for the $5 tier to be able to see um, anything. I don't know if that helps or not.
The full moon is the 4th, or the 3rd, sorry. We don't do pH tests on milks. I don't believe on milking them before they go. I'm leaving those crystals in to be a milk plug. We are going to share the birth, but we've explained this multiple times. We can't just show it live on YouTube. YouTube would give us community strikes and flag us for sexual content and demonetize us, and we have to take care of our channel. By the next day, there'll
What?
be an edited version with the blood being shown in black and white, and make sure everything's,
Hopefully by the next day. I'll try as hard as I can to get it out the next day,
yeah,
but
it'll be
it may be
soon.
too
So you're just not
no
going to get to see
promises.
it in real life. So don't try to act like we're not giving you anything unless we pay. Especially with a name like Glory to God in the highest.
Yeah, we are 100% going just like our if you go last year and watch Tippy, we have like all her birth and all the videos after and stuff. It's going to be the same thing. The lives with like the birth and stuff, it's, I mean, we did it the first year we were on YouTube. We did that, and but it also was very very like nerve-wracking because you're trying to like focus on the horse, but also all these people are watching. So in that sense, it's a big deal too, just personally to yourself.
Yeah, and you're not really missing out anyway. It'll be a better, more
It'll
edited
You'll be able to
video,
see
and you'll get
better.
to see
You'll see it'll be
the
clearer.
highlights. It'll go faster. Well, it'll be
Right.
narrated the right way. You'll get the best views. You're still getting the best of everything here on YouTube. You just might have to wait a day or something, and it doesn't cost you nothing. And really, we don't want you to join Patreon if you're not going to be part of. So here on YouTube, we expect and accept a lot more criticism, because we're putting ourselves out there to the public. So that's your guys' right. Patreon is more of a community that we've built up as like a fan club and a support group, and it's who we turn to when we need prayer or advice, or want to brainstorm with them. So Patreon is really like a fan club and a community family that we've built up.
Well,
So
I feel like YouTube is a community too, built
well,
around
YouTube, but
Oliver
but
and
YouTube is
all
more
sorts of stuff.
public. Like
But it
like I
is
say,
very, yeah, it is public.
we're,
Anybody can, yeah.
I'm not expecting you to be on our side on YouTube. You can just be watching for what you get out of it. But on Patreon, I kind of feel like if you want to join up with us,
Look
you're
at her.
you're on our team when you're on Patreon.
Right.
You know,
She just she's acting different to me tonight. Let
Nana
me know in the comments if you guys see that too, or if I'm just getting overly excited.
Nana
Am
Deb
I?
Nana Deborah just joined Patreon. Thanks and welcome to the family. And
Yeah, thank you.
see if do you use the same handle on Patreon? Are you Nana Deborah there?
There she goes. She's peed in that area like 20 times
Look
now.
how milky it is
I
too.
know.
Did you see the color of it?
Yeah, I've been watching it lately. I think she's in labor. So we're doing this live, but my phone is. I we may have to turn the mics off at one point to charge it, just so you know, JR. I mean, it's fully charged, but
Turn to the mics.
no, but like we can use mics or I can I can charge the
Oh,
phone
I
while
see,
we're
I
doing
see.
live, but we can't do both of them. But I mean, lives drain the batteries on phones, so
Could you
might have to
plug your
switch
power
out.
bank into that and then plug
Nope.
a mic into the power bank?
Nope.
So there's somebody
That's what I
asking
did.
how they join there. Is the link on this live yet, or would they need to go to any other video? There's
Any other video, there'll be a link.
every
I just
video
told
we've ever
everybody
put
more.
out, there's a link to that you can click on to get to our
Yeah.
Patreon.
You can go like to one of the videos and go to the description of the video, and every video I have links to all of our stuff there. Or you can go to the about section of our channel and find it there. Or you could go to if you're just wanting a link, you go to Facebook. I have a link at the top of our Facebook. You go there. Or you can just go to Patreon and search Homestead Horsemanship, and you'll see like our it's like a picture of JR and Oliver. You'll be able to tell it's them.
She she was eating today though. She ate her hay out of that barrel
Oh
tonight,
yeah.
didn't she? Yeah.
Yep, and she ate quite a lot of her yummy
Treats.
grain.
Did you give her any of the carrot
Oh no,
treats
I
she
didn't.
loves?
Somebody sent us dried carrots, which I'd never seen before, and she loves them. Like she really likes them. I guess they're dried, not dehydrated,
Yeah.
right?
Somebody's asking if she's a young mare, I guess, or an old mare. I guess we should go ahead and just tell everybody who's not regular fans. I get so used to thinking everybody knows all of our business because we're on YouTube every day. But this is Beauty. She is a registered Clydesdale mare, and I think she's 6 years old still.
She's
She might
7.
be 7 by now.
She'll be turning 7 this year.
Yeah, she's probably 7 years old, and have to look at
Or
her
is she turning
papers.
8?
But
Yeah, now we gotta look at the
she's
papers.
she's a black Clydesdale mare, and she's bred to our bay stallion Oliver, who's a very special Clydesdale, and his story is on our channel. If you haven't seen it, I suggest to go back and watch his whole playlist.
And it's her first foal, so she's a maiden mare. Maiden mare means it's her first foal, and then it's Oliver's first foal also, and it's our first Clydesdale foal we'll ever have.
Two Coonies, thank you for the compliment and for joining. And Old Chonga's treed 2 coons tonight, so that's pretty funny.
Oh yeah, two. There was two.
Now she's
What
not doing
jewel?
anything.
Nova Scotia is watching. That's cool.
Mm-hmm. I think it's funny that she hasn't laid down tonight.
She thought
guess-
about it before she peed a minute ago, I
Oh,
thought.
she did? I guess it's still early. What time is it? 9:30? Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's not early.
It's funny how many times we always get comments from Scotland, or not Scotland. We do get them from Scotland, but Australia. Man, sometimes I think half of our audience is in Australia. It's pretty awesome. But when I say that, I always get to thinking too, it's like, how come we never get a comment from Mexico?
Yeah.
That's weird. I thought Mexico was a whole horse culture too. I gave her a good grooming today too when I brought her in because I thought there was a chance she'd go into labor tonight, and I wanted her to be pretty for you guys, and she's starting to shed.
Yeah, she's shedding quite a bit.
Yes, she does get prenatal supplements. You wouldn't believe how much we feed this horse.
Yeah, she's pretty much ate all of. I've been buying this really nice new complete feed, and she is devouring it. She looks heavy tonight, doesn't she?
Oh, and today, another thing we can tell you, um, that this last week or two, there's been a lot of requests for us to do a video on thunder because we've never done a thunder video, and we started filming and working on that today. So that'll be out in the near future,
He
within
was shedding a ton.
within a month or so, anyway. Sometimes those feature videos, you wouldn't believe how many hours and how many weeks of different, filming and editing and downloading it goes into each of these videos. For those of you that don't know, Thunder is a half Shetland, half Foxtrotter pony that we've had for 19 years, and all of our kids learned to ride on him.
I learned to ride on Buttercup. I never really got to ride.
Well, yeah, Buttercup and Thunder, but you went from Buttercup to Thunder. I have a good video of you riding Thunder.
I never rode him.
Oh, I've got videos of you riding him on trail rides with me
I
on my
rode him once or
Facebook.
twice.
Do you remember riding Buttercup and Daddy had the cart behind you? When you learned to steer? You don't remember that?
No. I remember in the field or that little turnout lot in front of Grandma's farm.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember going the first trail ride. She took off running because her little legs couldn't keep up.
Mm-hmm.
And my saddle, the stirrup or the whatchamacallit, the belt or whatever.
Yeah.
What's it called? Like
The girth.
girth, yeah. It was super loose, and my saddle went up underneath her.
Oh no.
And I got super scared, and I did the biggest tuck of my body I could, to try to turn it back over.
Mm-hmm.
I barely got turned back over. And then I jumped a tree with her
Yeah.
on the trail ride.
So JR's been talking about Thunder a lot lately, but we also had another really great pony, or Grandma had. They stayed at Grandma's, but her name was Buttercup. I think she was a Shetland pony,
Yeah, she's shit.
and she was pretty awesome for a Shetland pony, I think. And all, because we say that all our kids learned to ride on Thunder, but really they all learned to ride on Buttercup first, and she could pull a cart and yeah, they all learned. They would all do their first rides and stuff on her. She was really awesome. She ended up. I mean, she was older when she died, but it wasn't too. It was probably about 2 years ago. But she had foundered pretty bad. Is that what it was, or she had Cushing's or
Yeah,
something?
found her.
And she just kept getting worse and worse. So Grandma took very good care of her though until her very last days. She was pretty good. JR, when the girls were little, they did parades with her, and they all learned to. He would put a cart on, or hitch her to a cart, and he would sit in the cart, and then he'd put the kids on her back with reins going through somehow, and so he had control of her, but they also could steer, and that's how they would learn to steer the horse.
And it helped with balance because they were riding bareback,
Right.
essentially.
Right. And then not just our kids rode her and Thunder, but also our nieces and nephews too.
So for those of you that are just joining, her signs that have changed are her udders have changed, and now she has either a lot of crystal fluid coming out, which would be like electrolytes and stuff, or it may even be changing to wax, which is colostrum based. We don't check pH because you have to milk them out for that, and I don't believe in doing that. I want their, I think those crystal plugs that are secreting out help keep bacteria from going up before they nurse, helps keep the colostrum from leaking out. So I don't believe in milking out those milk plugs. So I don't do that. We just watch them like a hawk and keep keep very attentive, and that way we know when she goes, she goes.
She was doing circles and moving around a bunch in the round pen, but now the past, I don't know, 10 minutes, few minutes, she's been holding very still.
Very still.
Very, very still. Maybe she's resting.
Probably asleep.
Thank you, Watts Gamer, and the and Katson. I'm telling the people's handles on the chat that have donated super chats
Thank
to
you.
us. Katson. That's an interesting name. Her milk bag has changed. It is secreting
It's more full too.
some type of liquid, and it's more full, and it's all these lives before I've been saying that they're very solid mammaries, like they're engorged but they're solid. Now it's more robust and taut, more like it's changing over to fluid. Where are JR and Emery? We are in our shared recliner in the living room. And it's awful because it's made to fit Emery, so my legs hang off 2 feet. I need to get one made for a giant. Makes my calves go to sleep. No, I think they meant where in the world. We're in southern Missouri.
No, we're in central Missouri.
It's hard being tall. It is, because when I get in trouble for teasing Emery too much and I have to sleep in my chair, my feet hang off too far and they go to sleep, and my head is too tall for the backrest and my head falls over backwards. So I'm just too big for my chair.
Jerry, you choose, you like, that is not, you do not get
She kicks me out, locks the bedroom door.
That is not true.
She gives me,
Yeah, you've done it before.
I have to cover up. She don't even give me a cover. I have to use a towel.
Man, ornery. Oh my gosh.
My dad does not believe in Bigfoot at all. Matter of fact, my dad doesn't believe in any conspiracy theories ever. He always believes the government and everything they say and every official position, and follows every law to the letter. We are nothing alike. Because I believe almost every single conspiracy theory, with exception of the flat earth. But pretty much, other than that, I believe every conspiracy theory.
JR's dad, we used to talk about it
yeah.
once in a while, but JR's dad actually has a YouTube channel, also called Rosa Stringworks. You can go look at.
Yeah.
He had it before we had ours.
My dad even believed that JFK was a single bullet, single shooter. He probably still believes that, even though the files have come out.
What is she doing now? I don't understand. This is not her normal standing spot. I don't even remember where or what it was, but it was.
So what did you see then?
No, I saw a Clydesdale that was like colored like breezy, like, but even more. And she had a solid bay filly. I was just thinking about breezy with her foal.
Pat Z just gave us $20 to lean towards the name Bonnie. Wow.
Wow.
$19.99 for a Bonnie. Can we get a 21 for a what was it? Caledonia?
Bid their names.
Yeah, whoever. That's what we'll do. We'll auction off the two names between Caledonia and Beauty.
If
Man,
it's a black filly,
That's a
I
joke.
what?
yeah.
If
If
it's a
it,
black filly, I'm thinking Bonnie maybe, but it just
yeah,
depends on what.
Oliver's
I think we have to have
Bonnie
Bonnie and
Lass or
Clyde. If we don't have
Beauty
Bonnie and
Bonnie.
Clyde, that'd just be sad.
Yeah, Oliver's Bonnie Lass, right? If it's
Right,
black,
but
and if it's Bay Caledonia,
we have to wait and see, and it could be a boy.
If it's a boy and it's black, we're naming it Clyde.
it's Reuben.
Bonnie and Clyde.
Reuben needs to be. Oh yeah, Reuben needs to be
We've already had a horse named
a
Reuben.
bay.
Mm-hmm.
We already had a horse.
Yeah,
named
we
Reuben.
did have a horse named Reuben. That is true.
That was a long time ago.
Mhm.
Back when I was 12.
Mhm.
What was funny about the time the fence was broke, and I saw the tree structure up on the hill. My dad actually heard something walking and asked if it was me because he had a guard dog at that time that was pretty not vicious, but he barked a lot and the dog heard the what he thought was me walking up there behind his wood stove, and the dog didn't bark. He just wagged his tail and ran up there to it. So he knew it was something the dog knew, and that was the same day that I saw the Bigfoot sign up there, and he still won't admit that it was anything else. And then another time he had people stay the night at his guest house. They had a bonfire and something walked on two legs down the hill in the woods behind the fire where they could hear it walking, and it kept whistling at them with like deep low tone whistles. And yeah, up there
Well, you weren't there.
they're up there at the
I'll fix it. I'll fix it.
dump road behind the house. And my dad's like, "Oh, that's my son playing tricks on them, on you guys to make you think it's a Bigfoot." And I never could convince them that it wasn't me. But yeah, he doesn't believe in Bigfoot at all.
Oh wow, we have over 1,000 people on here. Holy moly!
Yeah, this is a good
Hello,
night to have
everyone.
1,000 people on there too, because for those of you that haven't been listening, she has got these huge secretions coming out the ends of her teats. I would just say she's waxing up because it's so much and sticky, but it's really more crystal like. So I think it's the crystals that form earlier that are made of electrolytes instead of the wax that's made of the colostrum that happens like 6 hours before birth. But I'm going to go out there about 10 o'clock tonight. So another 20, 30 minutes. I'll go out there and check again and tell you guys what it's looking like now.
Thank you,
Uh-oh.
Cabot.
Hey, somebody just outbid her for Caledonia.
Is that what that was?
Oh, somebody else outbid her a lot for Caledonia. We're heading $50.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
We're headed back to Caledonia.
Hey, wait. Okay, so we have a song for Caledonia. Is there a song that has Bonnie or Bonnie Lass in it?
You can write one.
No, I'm just asking people. Oh man, I can't stop yawning.
Thank you, everybody.
Oh yeah, my Bonnie lies over the ocean. My Bonnie lies over the ocean. Yeah, I used to sing that when I was a kid. My Bonnie lies over the sea. My Bonnie lies over the ocean. So bring back my Bonnie. So bring back my body to me. Did you know that song, Jared?
Yeah. Back,
Bring
oh,
back, oh, bring
bring
back my body
body
to
to
me,
me,
to
to me.
me. Bring back, oh, bring back, oh, bring back my body to me. Yeah, we do have a song. We can sing to each of the babies that way. Okay, I'm gonna turn my bike off for a minute because I'm getting something to eat.
Bring me something too.
Dietrich.
I need to keep my strength up for a late night of birthing. I feel peckish.
I could just get dinner.
Yeah, eat dinner.
I could have second dinner even if we didn't want to have a snack, like a hobbit.
Pretty big hobbit.
Well, I can't drink coffee at night because if tonight isn't the night, I won't go to sleep until this time tomorrow. If I have coffee past 12:01 in the afternoon, I don't sleep that night.
It's all mental because it's not morning time anymore. You know, Dad? Dad?
I'm reading quite, yeah, I know, but it is probably in my head. I think we are going to try to stay live on Patreon during this birth, especially if everything's going fairly smoothly, because we don't have to worry about getting demonetized there. But either way, it'll be on YouTube as soon as we can get one edited. Do I like Lord of the Rings? Yes, I like Lord of the Rings. It's pretty good movies. Oliver's registered name is GB's Lucky Strike. Do I have a deaf cat? Oh, decaf coffee. I thought my eyes are a little blurry. I thought you wanted to know if I had a deaf cat.
We have a jewel.
No. The puppies are in grave danger, actually. Somebody's asking how the puppies are doing. I'm really worried about them. They might pop. They could very like a overstuffed sausage. They could split right down the middle. They're so fat. They are roly poly, and I'm just teasing, of course. They're not going to explode, but they are getting fat enough you think they would explode. How do we end up with Oliver as a barn name? If you're asking that question, you need to go back to Oliver's playlist and watch the whole video. I found him at an auction, and he was just a yearling and sickly and skinny and head drooped. And I said, he's a diamond in the rough. And that was the whole preface of that video. We went to this auction with 490 horses, and I told Emery, I said, I'm going to look through and find the diamond in the rough, the one horse that looks like it's going to sell cheap, that would be the best horse to do a total horse makeover with. That would end up being a great horse. and Oliver was the one I picked out. Um, and that was the start of his story, and it got a lot more difficult from there because we did not win the bid. They no sailed him, and we ended up having to. Um, that video went viral, and everybody insisted that we track him down, and we did. And when we found him, he had gotten EPM and was on death's door. Our vet said he would have been, well, there was a horse that died in the same pen as him while we were there. And the vet wanted to put him on a blood transfusion and said he was days away from dying himself. And now he's an awesome horse. So that did not answer your question. I just got on a whole ADD rant there. The answer to your question is he was like a little starved orphan. And I was thinking of the movie Oliver Twist, like, please, sir, I want some more. Because he was, a desperate little orphan there and needed some groceries. So Oliver came in my mind, and that's just what I started calling him. I started calling him that night, I think. And before we even owned him, I knew he was Oliver. Thank you, everybody that's gave a super chat tonight. Thank you so much for doing that. I'm not asking for them, and I was kind of joking about that voting for the name thing back and forth, but that was fun anyway. Mandy Moo Moo, thank you. Which name do you prefer? The last two people that gave a super chat didn't say the name they liked. Cognity Girl or Maggie Moo Moo. Well, she's grunting there. Now she's laying down. It's coming out, Em. Quick, come back.
Did you lay down?
Yeah.
Now she's just doing normal routine.
JR, no trolling. Me? Trolling?
Do you guys want sleepy time tea? No, you don't want sleepy time tea.
Thanks for asking
Haha.
that question.
Hawana, Anna, something or other name, wants me to talk about my spiritual awakening that I alluded to yesterday. Should I am?
What? That's just up to you.
That was a big fat no.
No, I don't. That's up to you, JR.
Are you eating all the food in the kitchen and not bringing it in here so that we don't take any of it?
Ate all the food. I just didn't have it in dinner. I don't know what to make you. There isn't anything.
This is where she normally lays down. That's her spot. And that is how she normally lays down too. So this doesn't look like a labor lay down to me. Like a lot of times when it's a labor lay down, they lay their head back and forth and back and forth.
Gosh, Joe.
Yeah, we're gonna try to stay live here till she stands back up because about that point is when I'll go out and check her milk bag and stuff like that. Okay, so the spiritual awakening that I alluded to the other night wasn't the same one as when I first got faith. Okay, because there's a difference between being spiritually awakened and having faith and knowing that God's real. So when on our date, and I did kind of want to clarify that story the other night. I did make one mistake, and I tried to go back and verify it through our wedding video. In our wedding video, I told that story about our first date, but I didn't get my speech in that video. Emery said, so I didn't watch that part. But I was trying to clarify because what really happened was I didn't ask God for a sign. I asked him, I said, if this is supposed to go on, that don't have the car not stop, have the car not start. So it was more specific than I even told in the story. And for those of you that weren't listening the other night, basically, when I first started believing in God was because at that time, right before I started dating Emery, I had read the Bible for the first time because there was a Christian at work that kept, pushing Jesus on me, and I wanted to argue the inconsistencies in the Bible with him, and I thought I could outdo him, and then I got hooked. But that just means this is how faith works, okay? God, the Holy Spirit will come and convict you of sin first, then convict you of what's the middle thing, Em? Do you remember? In the Bible, it says it first convict you of sin, then of righteousness is the third thing, of God, and then of righteousness. So anyway, I forget what the third thing is. But anyway, there I was. I started believing in God, but that wasn't the spiritual awakening I had. I actually got stuck for about 10 years. I Bible studied, and we're kind of in the Baptist belt here, so, which is really law focused and sin focused. So I never felt like I measured up. I never did get baptized, even though I kept Bible studying and reading the Bible and believing that God was real. But I never thought I was worthy to get married or to get baptized, and that I just didn't measure up enough. I didn't believe enough to get baptized, even though I believed. So really what happened was a couple things. As you keep searching and studying, you learn little things. And one of the things I had just started changing was I quit praying in my mind and to myself, and in my spirit I started praying out loud, just as kind of as an experiment. And it was because something Joel Osteen had said. Actually, it was like let the voice come out to you, giving voice to the word of God that's in you. So I started praying out loud, and I started praying out loud, asking for clarification of what I was about to read in the Bible. And that way I was inviting the Holy Spirit to make these things clear to me that were blocking me from having any more success in my life than just knowing God was real. So then what happened was, like I say, was kind of a condemning view of God and a sin view of God, and felt like I was just a sinner that was going to be saved by grace, and that God was mad at us or whatever and judging us. And my uncle, who I was really close with, had gotten a divorce and was going to get remarried. And I was thinking, I go, you know what? I bet he's going to ask me to be in his wedding if he has one, because we're pretty close. And I was being condemning and thinking, oh, I can't do that because getting remarried is adultery in a Baptist mindset. So I prayed out loud and asked God what to do about that. And I opened up my Bible, and the next verse I read said that through the transgression of one man, many were made sinners. Likewise, through the obedience of the one man, many were made righteous. And I read that, and I thought to myself, I said, that's hitting me different than any other time I ever read it before. And I knew the words. And I asked God what that meant. And it just came to me that it meant that you aren't a sinner because of what you do or what you learn in this life. You had a sin birth certificate because of Adam and the fall of Adam. And just like that, in the same way that you weren't involved in becoming a sinner, God makes you righteous through Jesus, and you're born with a righteous birth certificate and right through Jesus. You didn't become a sinner because you learned to sin and because you sinned. You're born that way. Just like that, you're made right with God without keeping the covenants of the law through Jesus. It's all over in Romans. It's all over the Bible. So if you read the Bible from the perspective of a sinner, you're going to see it everywhere. If you realize you're the righteousness of God through Jesus, and then you read it and from the perspective of the righteousness of God, the whole Bible changes, and it's everywhere in there, and you'll start understanding and seeing it in a different light. And that was in October 2014. And I reread the Bible in about a day and a half, making notes of this whole new perspective of, oh my gosh, I'm not a sinner. I'm the righteousness of God. Oh my gosh, God's not mad at me. He's not judging me. He's forgotten my sin. It's as far as the east is from the west. Everything the preachers have told me in the last 10 years is a lie. They're actually Pharisees that are trying to keep you under the law, and that everywhere that the law is preached and sin is preached, that a veil falls over you, you can't see God, and you're separated from God, and the power of sin is the law. And anybody that tells you that you're a sinner or tries to put you under the law is a tool of the enemy. It totally changed my perspective, and I got baptized 3 days later. Like, it was unbelievable, the shift in my mindset from a Baptist mindset to the most liberal religious mindset you can have. Like, I don't even believe in sin anymore. One of the things that will get you kicked out of a Bible study around here is telling you that I believe a homosexual is going to heaven. I don't hardly even believe in hell anymore. Now that's a little radical for some of you, and that's fine. That's just where I'm at. Not trying to tell you that's the only way. But as a Baptist, I can tell you one thing. God never moved in my life. I had no power with the Holy Spirit. And since then, I've seen the dead raised. I've seen bones healed. I've seen hundreds of miracles and felt it. And also, on the antithesis to that, I became a high value target to the enemy and had more attacks. But it's all been worth it. And I'm through the attacks now and living life with God and happy again. So that is it. That was my revelation in a nutshell. That God's not mad at you. You're not a sinner. Quit calling yourself a sinner. The other thing, to be a sinner, if you wanted to say you were a sinner, here's what you'd have to have. First of all, you'd have to have a covenant with God in which there's a law that you could transgress so that you could commit a sin. That law was the Levitical law offered to the Jews. Almost everybody watching this is a Gentile, or at least I'm a Gentile, meaning not a Jewish born person. So for you to read that law is a infraction of the law because you were never adopted in to the old covenant. Gentiles were only adopted into the new covenant. So everything you read in red that Jesus said while he was alive, he was speaking to Jews that were in a covenant with God that you are never in. So while it is true what he said, it doesn't apply to you if you're not a Jewish descent or a Jewish person. You're a Gentile. So you need to start understanding perspective and that he had a set of rules he had to apply to their lives that don't apply to your lives. Case in point, Peter was preaching the circumcision to the Gentiles, and Paul had to come and admonish him and tell him, why do you seek to yoke the necks of these people with a yoke that your own fathers could not bear? Now, do you think that he means that we couldn't cut off a little piece of skin? No. The circumcision is a marker for the law. It means they couldn't bear the law. Don't try to put these people that the law was never offered to under the law. And that's what the Pharisees are still trying to do in our lives today. All the religious people, the people that tried to get on me for saying a cuss word the other day and saying I was bad, those people are actually not Christians, they're Pharisees. They think they're Christians, and they are in the regard that they believe in God, but they're being lied to and they're being deceived by the enemy, thinking that that we have to measure up and that we haven't already measured up. So that's that. Any questions?
She looked like she pushed us for a second when she was laying down, but then she got up.
I don't know how he can just hold a conversation with nobody.
I know, it's very
He
talented.
just rambles on.
Now make they're all saying now make a spiritual channel. Well, if you watch I Train, this is a spiritual channel. So, there's just different levels of what I believe. So there's a comment right here says, yes, that's true, but that's why we have to accept Jesus as our Savior. So as soon as you see the word but, what we're doing there is limiting the gift of God, and you're trying to make the gift smaller. You're trying to say that we have to measure up, okay? So when Jesus was hanging on the cross, he looked down on the whole multitudes of people that were crucifying him, and they're celebrating his death, and he said, forgive them, for they know not what they do. So you're saying our Lord was on the cross with the people he was actually being murdered by, still saying to forgive them, but it's still up to us. I don't buy it.
No.
Because believe, you, well, that's all true, but you just have to believe. Well, who can believe enough? It's still the law. It's still measurement. It's still measuring up. And his love is not based on how much you can believe. And also, when your body is dead, you're still alive, and you're going to know more than you know in this world that's ruled by the enemy, and you'll believe at that point. So, oh, here's my favorite one. The biggest misconception. Tina Bollinger just wrote it. Jesus did not abolish the law, he fulfilled it. The whole Bible applies to us all. Okay, so what does the word fulfilled mean? I was a contracting officer for the government for 20 years, okay? So I had these contractual relationships with many contractors, and they spelled out A, B, C, D, what they had to do, and a time frame in which they had to do it. When they did all A, B, C, and D, and I checked it all off and I paid them, and they left, they had fulfilled the contract, and I no longer had a contractual relationship with them. If I saw them in passing, they were just Joe Blow at that point. I had no authority over them anymore. The contract was fulfilled. A covenant with God is like a contract, but it had no end date. It was until the death of the tester of the covenant. Jesus came. He observed as 100% human. He came. Likewise, he was 100% God, but he was 100% human here on earth. And he observed every law in the covenant, and he died as a sacrifice, the tester of the covenant, because the covenant has to be bound in blood, and he fulfilled the law, fulfilling the covenant. That contractual relationship with God that the Jews had was fulfilled. It's done. It doesn't exist anymore. That doesn't mean you're adopted into it. That means it's done. It means the Jews aren't actually under it anymore either. It's fulfilled. That's what it means. I didn't come to just cancel a covenant. I came to fulfill it. So, well, think about the covenants that you're in your life to make it more simple. If your husband dies and a few years from now you fall in love with somebody else, are you cheating on your husband? No. That covenant was fulfilled at his death. You stayed true to him, and you're not an adulterer by marrying another. The way you would be an adulterer to God right now would be to put yourself under the law and to say that that law applied to you and that the whole Bible applies to you as a Gentile, because then you would be taking the covenant that he offers you in Jesus and putting yourself under the covenant of the Levitical law, and that is called an adulterer. Just do a quick word search in the Bible and read about adultery and put yourself in the perspective of the righteousness of God, and you'll see that that whole line is the most misquoted line, and it's because of the enemy that Jesus said he didn't come to fulfill the law or to do away with the law. He came to fulfill it. It's just 180 degrees wrong on what's taught. And that one, I try, like earlier, I tried to say, this is just where I'm at. There's just different levels of belief in this type of line. That one, I'm steadfast on. That one is 100% right. God didn't change his mind. This was always his intent from the get-go, from the garden. That's what redeemed means, to put you back where you were supposed to be all along. Matter of fact, the Ten Commandments, how did we get those? The Jews were wandering in the desert, and God was feeding them on the manna, and they wanted to be blessed based on how good they could be. Tell us what we can do to make God bless us more. They were tired of the manna. It wasn't God's idea. The law was man's idea. It was the devil's idea. Because what did the devil have to do to make Adam and Eve eat of the fruit of the tree of knowledge of good and evil? He had to say, hey, you won't die. You'll just know like God knows. You'll be like God.
It's 10 o'clock now.
Yeah, I think that's enough spiritual stuff for tonight. I'll go check the horse and tell you about her. Yeah, she's looking more laborish to me now. Some of the stuff she's been doing while I got on my rant.
I don't know
When
how
she was
you.
laying down, she pushed twice, and then she rolled.
Well, practically. I don't know how you just can just talk like that. You
Yeah, I
know?
don't know either. He's good at it.
M did get something to eat, but she kept it in the kitchen away from me and Isaac.
We're both
It was
starving.
it was salad. With
I'll eat a salad.
oh, okay.
So is what you think of me.
Oh man.
Somebody asked a question: is labor visible on the sides with muscle contraction? Not in my experience, no. You can really see it in their head and neck a lot of times as they start straining and moving their head and neck backwards, and then you can see it in their the way she's got her back leg cocked. If she starts shifting back and forth, and then she starts laying down and getting up multiple times, those are good signs. I don't really want to run out there and check her. I mean, I kind of do to see, but I also want her to just, yeah, I just want her to get to be able to go through whatever she needs to go through to feel comfortable. So you just got here. Her updates are she she has wax tonight basically. Couldn't quite tell if it was just a lot of crystal type stuff coming out of the teats or if it was the actual true blue colostrum wax. I was thinking it was more of the crystal type, but it was a lot of it. And it was sticky. So, and now she is acting more restless than usual. She's not eating a whole lot, and she didn't lay down very long when she laid down tonight.
If we're gonna continue this live though, we're gonna have to turn off mic so I can charge my phone. In here, just a second. I know you like. There's no way to see the battery in a live. If you touch the screen, you'll turn the live off.
I guarantee you can see the battery percent. Just looking at it. Never mind.
I mean, I could move it out here and unmute it, and they could still hear you while it's charging. But
I thought she went back over to her lay down spot. I thought she was going to lay down. That's why I didn't. I'm still trying to decide if I want to go out and check on her or not.
I saw one too.
She looks attentive right now, like she's looking at the house.
Can you see me, Mom?
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna go out and look at. She's in her standing spot. I'll go out and look. A lot of people want me to. Go ahead and charge your phone while I'm out there.
I mean, it's gonna take longer than that because there's a live mic. It's just gonna have to be plugged in. I know you like the mics, but I can move it out here and unmute it. If we keep going for hours, it has to be plugged in.
Yeah, we're gonna move the phone and get it charging so the mics aren't gonna work. But I'll comment in the comments. And right now, you guys can watch while I go out there and look at the udder and see what I think.
Hey everyone, I've been talking, but I don't think you could hear me. I'm going to move the camera, so you won't be able to see anything for just a second, and then there'll be some wiggling around while I get the stand set up correctly. So just hold on 1 second, please. Hey Isaac, can you come lower the legs for me?
I was so confused.
Well, I need it about right
Why
here.
can't you do it?
What? It's hard to hold the camera into it. Hold on, guys. Okay. No.
You're opening all the wrong ones, Mom.
Oh, I
You have to close that one now.
Okay.
Just let me do it. I'm smarter than you.
No, just get this one now.
I'm much
See
smarter
this one?
than you.
I know, but hold on. He's coming, and he'll be able to tell you what he saw.
Okay,
That's pretty
where it
good.
needs to be so you're level.
That's pretty good, I think. Okay, you can just.
Oh, God.
Okay, I think we have it plugged in. Okay, there you go.
I'm not allowed to have a cupcake, right?
Right.
Not even one?
Yeah.
Not even one.
Okay, okay.
Not even a little bit of one?
No, they're for
0.
tomorrow. Or hold on.
Here.
Okay, ready, go.
Okay, can you guys hear me well enough without the mic on?
Yeah, they can.
I'm asking them.
Really?
Okay. What are you snorting about, lady? Okay, I went out and checked her, and the left teat had a large globule of the crystal, but it also had a milky looking wax to it. The right one only had a small salt crystal on it. So big changes have happened. She's oozing quite a bit of stuff out of there. So the hormones have changed. Now, does that not mean she can't still go 4 days like this, leading us on and making us have 3 restless nights? That's highly likely going to happen. But she is showing enough signs that we will be waking up every 2 hours, if not every hour, to look at her.
Yep.
This night. If maybe could we do the thing where we have our friend in Illinois watch for a 1 watt for a thing, and we may have to leave this live and give a couple of our trusted people our phone number to wake us up, or make Isaac stay up the first half of the night and watch her or something.
So do you want me to leave that so you can talk from your chair?
I don't care what you do.
Well, I don't care either.
I'll text. I'll text.
Okay.
Chewing.
Okay, in order for this to keep going, we have to have the phone plugged in, and for that to happen, we can't have the mics turned on. So, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and mute this, and then JR's gonna communicate through the messages with you guys, or me, whoever.
Mute. There. Okay. Retell your Vegemite story.
No.
We've been talking to the mic for 30 minutes with it muted.
It was muted the whole time.
Yeah.
You just told me earlier that I could.
Yeah, you literally walked up there
and you
it.
said it.
I asked you. Okay.
Where'd you guys see the mouse? I want to kill the mouse.
Hey everyone. So it's like, what time is it here, Jared? After 11?
It's 11:01.
Yeah, and like she is definitely acting different, and we are not saying she's not going to go into labor tonight, but it doesn't look like it's happening like, like in the next hour or something. So we're thinking shutting this off because we can't really get any shut eye or anything like that while this is on because we have to monitor it because the silly camera goes in and out. So we might get off here and just kind of see how the night goes. Of course, we'll be watching her off and on. And then if she would go into labor, we will, well, that we would be over on Patreon. She is acting weird though.
Think I'm about laying down.
Yeah, hold on. I'll wait a second. Let's see. It's hard to know what to do because like we need to rest, but we also know everybody wants to watch and stuff. But it's so it's a little hard. If we had a setup where we could just like let it run and we knew nothing was like gonna shut off or something like that, it would work. But it's funny because she keeps like thinking about laying down, but she doesn't. That's a little different for her. Isaac, somebody said pay Isaac to monitor. He just said that.
Yeah, we could tell him tonight's the night that he can stay up as long as he wants and just leave your phone
Yeah.
in his room charging like that. Or
Well,
with
he'd
the
just
app
have to do it
open and
right
let
here.
him play his video games.
She is that. She's being funny right there. That's new for her.
Oh.
She's definitely uncomfortable. She's got, so I don't know if you can see it, but she's got her ears pinned back too.
I wonder if we did keep it going all night long, if that was a possibility, how many people would stay.
Well, since we stopped talking, we were at 1,400. Then when we stopped talking, we went down to we're at 800 between 8 and 900, and it stayed right there.
I'd say it'll all just be people in different time zones unless fucking China. China.
Yeah, I saw her pawing a little bit too.
China.
She's thinking about something. Whew. She is not comfortable right here.
I think she's gonna go tonight.
We had a good, comfortable reclining lawn chair. You could sleep out there, Em, with a blankie, and then I could sleep good in here.
I would still fall asleep though. It wouldn't matter if I was out there or in here.
Yeah, but once you get the moan real loud, you wake up. Now everybody wants us to change its name to Red Velvet.
I don't think it's gonna be a red horse though. Boy, she is acting weird though.
Clydesdales don't have red horses.
Yeah, they can. There are red Clydesdales. They have like flaxen mane and tails.
Sometimes Oliver looks red a little, but he's
Mhm.
very. Yeah, I'm pretty confident it'll be black. Ooh, that's good.
I don't know, dear. She is all of a sudden doing more.
She could think
She's-
you're about to go to bed.
Yeah, right.
We would leave the camera running and go to bed and just let everybody keep watching, but the camera keeps shutting out and we have to use the Roku remote to
They can hear.
turn it back on.
Mhm. I think they could hear you in the mic. I didn't have it muted that time.
They can't hear me from here.
Oh, but it worked. I see your comment.
I can just stay up.
Well, at the moment, none of us are going to bed because she wasn't like making progress to me right before this, but now all of a sudden she's acting like something, like she is in some way. They said they can hear you fine from there. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, look at first
Look at that. Yeah. Yeah. I'll just leave the mic on and come back here. We're sitting back here on the couch, so let us know if you can hear us. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me?
Sing them a song.
Is it Caledonia or Bonnie or Ruben?
Someone's like, ask if they can hear this. Oh, dang it, I lost it. I shouldn't have talked.
We don't go to church very often because of my extremely liberal Christian views. We get asked to leave quite often at churches.
That's just the weirdest thing ever, you know?
That was a random.
That you get asked to leave.
They ask.
Somebody asked that. Oh, what's going on? Can they hear
We're
us?
having a live, and we are watching the first one.
No, I thought she was lifting her tail.
What have you asked 3 times that you haven't got an answer to?
I guess they can hear us. So is your phone plugged in? Because we need your phone.
Yeah, it's charging.
What do you need your phone for?
If she goes into labor, I need to have one alive and one to videotape her. Oh, there she goes down.
That looks like a labor drop down if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, look at that, Jack. First time she's like this way where we can see her face.
It seems like normally when they go into labor, they lay that way.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't it seem like that to you? I just noticed that. Yeah. I'm pretty sure they do. What are you doing?
Putting this food away. And letting my phone charge without the internet open for a minute. So
Oh. I think she's pushing.
I'm getting some socks on. Should I leave my Bigfoot pajamas on or get some overalls on for the birth?
I'm not asking Steve.
They're all coming. What did they say?
What?
They said they can hear everything, JR.
I don't care.
I do.
Everything, everything?
Bigfoot
Like his
pajamas.
fart?
Bigfoot pajamas. Bigfoot overalls. Whatever is comfy, somebody said. Overalls.
Nope. Is that a push?
Did they hear that?
hey, don't.
Did they hear that?
Yes, bud.
God, you get so angry.
Okay, I'm gonna get a sweater on just in case we gotta go out. But I mean, I haven't really seen a true push yet. Oh, she heard me, I guess. There we go. So that was a push.
Hush, bud.
What? Can't have any fun after you take over 4 lives.
So just remember here when we go down there, we are going to be turning this off, just so you guys are clear. Because I got to take all the camera, all the gear down there too. Oh, she's pushing, JR. When do we go down there? I don't want to miss it.
Probably now.
Yeah. Okay, we're ending this. We're going to go down there.
Well, we don't want to make her nervous.